deputy governorship candidate Princess Tambari Dedam on Friday. The court, presided over by Justice Stephen Dailopam, will also hear the suit filed by PDP against INEC, Accord, and all its National Assembly candidates in Rivers State. Lawyer to the Accord governorship candidate Abiodun Owonikoko explained why he asked for a short adjournment.
We all agree that all the matters, both matters will be heard today. We came ready for hearing of the two matters, both the governorship challenge and the one challenging the National Assembly candidates of Accord. But you can see some of the processes were not yet fully exchanged. That compelled all of us to agree for an adjournment, and the court has graciously agreed to take us on Friday for the two cases, in the belief that in between all processes will have been exchanged and the matter will be ripe for hearing. But don't forget that in this original one, two appeals have been argued, and judgment is awaited.
Correspondent Soibi Oruwari reports that Accord governorship candidate Dumolulu Briggs said the suit is a deliberate attempt by the PDP to harass and waste their time.
A very deliberate attempt by the People's Democratic Party, harass everybody else. So a government that should put money in the pockets of their indigents is a government that is deliberately ensuring that their people are impoverished, taking money out of our pockets to pay to lawyers on very frivolous issues. So this PDP government, has clearly missed it all. By the special grace of God, their days are numbered. Very soon we shall have elections, and by May 29, 2023, people shall have a new government led by the Accord.
And staying with judiciary stories, members of the committee set up by the National Judicial Council to monitor corruption-related cases, KOTRICO, KOTRICO, is in River State. They are to interface with the state judiciary, including judges in the state handling corruption-related cases. The Chief Judge of Oyo State, Justice Muntal Ladipo Abimbola, spoke on behalf of the chairman of the committee, retired Justice Suleiman Galadima.
See how we can be able to address those challenges so as to fast-track matters that are related to corruption. You will all agree with me that corruption is a cankerworm. It's affecting not only our image, but even the economic aspect of our national life. That the judges here, as well as the CJ, are very proactive and very active, and we are very happy. The number of cases that are here are not so many, and the way and manner the three judges are handling it actually impressed us, and we are very happy.
A correspondent reports that the members of the committee had a closed-door meeting with the Chief Judge of the state, Justice Chibuzo Simeon Amadi, and other judges from the River State Judiciary. Moving on, the River State Governor, Nyesom Wike, says he will outsource the maintenance of the newly built Dr. Peter Odili Cancer Cardiovascular Diagnostic Treatment Center to foreign partners. Governor Wike said this yesterday while inaugurating the hospital.
The Consul General of American Embassy have agreed to partner with us. As I speak to you, they have made contacts with those who run hospitals very well overseas to come and partner with us in this. So it is not what I will leave for Ministry of Health. No, this type of facility is not leave it for Commissioner of Health and his staff in the ministry. No, it will not work that way, because it will be painful if we come back here in the next 5 years and then you find out it is no longer what it is.
Governor Wike also explained why he named the cancer center after former Governor Peter Odili.
This is a man who has run one of the best clinics in this state. This is a man who has served this state as a governor for 8 years. This is a man who has refused to join his colleagues in Abuja to form association of former governors so that they can be relevant in running around a presidential candidate, but has devoted himself of medical education, still serving the people. So I'm very proud. I owe nobody any apology at all for renaming the facility after you.
Correspondent Emeka Otuka reports that the Emir of Kano, Aminu Ado Bayero, who commissioned the cancer center, called for an end to illegal oil refining in the Niger Delta region.
We cannot turn a blind eye to the fact that the emergence of illegal artisanal refining of crude oil, popularly called for fire, can trigger the disease. We hereby support the governor in calling our young men and women to desist from such indulgence, which is a catalyst for this incurable disease. Prevention, they say, is better than cure.
The Emir of Kano also urged the River State government not to operate the Center for Revenue Generation, but to serve as a dividend of democracy to the people.
This center should never be used as a revenue generation or profit-making venture. It should rather exist as a charity and dividend of democracy to the good citizens of this state and beyond. The dreaded disease, cancer, and its devastating effect on its victim cannot be overemphasized. Cancer diagnosis and treatment can be said to be beyond the reach and affordability of the common man. With the commissioning of this center, those afflicted with this disease and other oncological ailments can at least give a sight of relief.
In another development, the member representing Asari Constituency 2 in the River State House of Assembly, Enemi Alabo George, says he has concluded plans to fully equip the Buguma General Hospital built by the River State government. Honorable Alabo George said this during a visit to the King of Abalama in Asari local government area, King Atkinson Big Tom Tom.
For medical equipment, we've ordered for X-ray machines, we've ordered for ECG machines, that's electrocardiography machines. We've ordered for ultrasound scans, ordered for patient monitors to monitor vitals of outpatients and inpatients. We've ordered for laboratory equipment and supplies too. For furnishing, we're fully furnishing the doctor's quarters, the nurses' quarters, the outpatient departments, the male wards, the female wards, the nursing station, doctor's offices, and the rest of them. We're also providing 6 months worth of drug supplies so that while the ministry is preparing to take over the hospital, there will be sufficient drug supplies so that activities won't stall.
Honorable Alabo George, who is also the PDP State House of Assembly candidate for Asari Constituency 2, said the decision is to complement the efforts of the River State government to provide medical care to the people.
You'll recall that the River State Ministry of Health recently reconstructed the Buguma General Hospital, but the hospital has not yet been put to use because equipment and furnishing has not been done yet. While the ministry is still working on that, we decided to take over that responsibility, considering the urgency and the need to immediately provide medical care for our people in the local government. So we've been able to order for Beckins generator to take care of power supply from Emsale & Co. We've also been able to procure a 7 kVA inverter as UPS for uninterrupted power supply. We're also providing diesel for a few months that will run the hospital until the management settles down.
A correspondent reports that he also received the royal blessing from the King of Abalama. Still ahead, appeal court stops Senator Akpabio as APC senatorial candidate. Stay tuned. Welcome back. The incumbent chairman of the Irebe Community Development Committee, Francis Hanacho Eleto, has described the installation of Innocent Eleto as the CDC chairman as an insult, an invitation to crisis against the people of Irebe, who elected him on the 30th of December 2021 to serve for a tenure of 4 years. He also said it is laughable to know that the alleged inauguration was masterminded by the deposed paramount ruler, Jeremiah Werewu.
I was elected as the CDC chairman on the 30th day of December 2021 and was sworn in on the 3rd of January 2022. This is my 11th month in office as the CDC chairman. I have not had any situation. What I just heard yesterday night was surprising and shocking. I understand that those things were orchestrated by the former paramount ruler of the community, one Mr. Jeremiah Warren, who was dethroned as the paramount ruler of the community.
Mr. Francis asked the River State government, the State House of Assembly, and relevant security agencies to intervene in order to avert the pending crisis in the community. On his part, the former CDC chairman of the Irebe community, Godwin Ola, said he conducted the election that ushered in Francis Hanacho Eleto as the CDC chairman. He also said it is baffling to see a former paramount ruler install another CDC leadership, while the CDC chairman, Francis Hanacho Eleto, is only 11 months in office.
We have two communities that make up Irebe town. In our election, both youth and CDC, we do observe zoning. This time, we zone the position to Romonda, which eventually Honorable Francis Eleto won the election when we conducted the election at Irebe Town Hall. The whole community were there present. He was declared winner of that election. So since then, he has been operating. But all these crises that you see that is happening is over conduct of Jeremiah Warren, who is now collaborating with other communities, invading our land.
Mr. Warewu is yet to respond to calls and a text message sent to him by our correspondent. The Court of Appeal in Abuja has set aside the judgment of the Federal High Court, Abuja, removing Godswill Akpabio as the APC candidate for Akwa Ibom North West Senatorial District. A three-member panel of justices led by Justice Danlami Senchi on Monday held that Senator Akpabio failed to file a proof of argument within the time provided by the rules. The panel further ruled that Senator Akpabio, being a presidential aspirant of the APC, could not participate in the valid primary of the party held on May 27 and monitored by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, which produced Ekpo Udom as a candidate. The news will be right back after these messages. Welcome back. The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, has concluded plans to embark on a one-day nationwide protest over the payment of half salaries to lecturers by the federal government in October. ASU National President Professor Emmanuel Osodeke made this known to Channels Television yesterday. He said the planned protest will be organized at the branch levels of ASU nationwide, and each branch of the academic union will choose their dates. Last week, ASU slammed the federal government over the payment of half salaries to lecturers in October. The union accused the government of an attempt to reduce lecturers to casual workers. On the international scene, the G20 meeting is holding in Bali, with France's President Macron holding talks with China's President Xi Jinping. A U.S. official has told reporters that the meeting is expected to take steps to address food security affected by Russia's invasion of Ukraine. On Monday, U.S. President Joe Biden said he was not looking for conflicts between the U.S. and China, and there will not be a new Cold War. Earlier, China's president warned President Biden against crossing a red line on Taiwan. On the news this morning, you heard the Nigerian Navy has arraigned the foreign nationals in Port Harcourt over oil theft. Governor Wike is to outsource the maintenance of new cancer center. The appeal court has stopped Senator Akpabio as APC senatorial candidate. And on the foreign scene, G20 meeting is holding in Bali. The news was edited by Chioma Ezenwafo. Cloudy weather in Port Harcourt this morning. Collect your PVC and vote. Your vote is your voice. I'm Sam Chinedu. Thanks for listening.